Yeah, that's a cool song. How's everybody doing, man? How you doing, man? Hey, Johnny Be Good. Remember that one? Yeah. Yeah, we used to play all that stuff in the Crossroads Blues band. We used to do all that. I was trying to remember it. Yeah, I know that one, man. Yeah, if you can play jazz, you can play anything, man. How's everybody doing, man? I'll get it next time I come on here, man. I'll get to the jazz now, man. Kind of get back to the jazz area. That's actually the Jingle Reinhardt stuff right there, man. It's like kind of some of the simpler stuff, but Hey, how's everybody doing, man? Oh, how you doing, man? So listen to harmony on this one, man. So the theme is. Joseph comes home. That's a badass tune. I like that one, man. Why, man? I read that comment. Why? We do what we can do while we can do it, man. It took a lot of practice to get good. You know what I mean? You gotta work at it, bro. You gotta work at it, man. Never feel bad about how you play, man, because you can always improve. You know, never, man. Because man, you do what you can do, man. Find your niche and stick with that. My niche is jazz, man. Whereas there's a guy at bluegrass players and run circles around me in bluegrass, but in jazz, I can I can kind of do it to them. If you wanted to compare it, music ain't about comparing, bro. Music's about feeling good and playing and do what you can do, man. Never take that kind of attitude, man. We play, man, because we love music, bro. Oh yeah, nah, well, hey, yeah, we gotta start somewhere. I was a novice once too, man. We all gotta start somewhere, man. It's like a ladder, dude. Just like getting one step at a time, bro. One step at a time. Absorb everything you can. Get books. What I say? Get books. Get books. A little bit of Southern rock. I'm not. It's not my forte, but I can do some of it. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I can do some Southern rock, but it's not really my forte. But yeah, you get books um, you get books and you keep practicing and eventually, man, you'll get there. You know what I mean? Yeah. I recommend like Try to learn the basic songs, but also get you a book on scales and modes. Don Latarski, man, that Don Latarski book on scales and modes. Learn your scales and modes while you're learning the other stuff too, and just a piece at a time. You learn one mode, you get that down, and then you go on and start learning the next one, just like a piece at a time. It's like climbing up a ladder, man. Playing the guitar is like climbing up a ladder, man. You get, you got to do it one rung at a time, man. You're like, okay, I reached this level. I'm gonna take another step. And at first, it's not that good, man. But you keep practicing, it starts getting good, and then you got two rungs, man. And you're up on two rungs of that ladder, and you do the third one, and then the fourth one, and pretty soon you're at the top of the ladder. You're playing great. You know what I mean? So that's how guitar works, man. It's not easy, man. Playing the guitar is not easy, definitely. I like doing jazz classics a lot, and because it helps me to build my skills. You know what I mean? And it's like some of the songs I play in jazz might be a little boring to people, but it's actually building my musical skills, and I like doing it because it helps to improve my ability to play. And I like the music if I'm in the mood for it. So yeah, because the major scale is really all your modes just over different chords. So you're right, totally, you're right. The major scale is really just all your modes over different chord structures. So you're right. Once you learn the major scale, you can learn the different modes like Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Aeolian, uh, Locrian, and stuff like that. But now remember though, where it really gets good is when you get into the jazz minor stuff, man. Like learn your jazz minor scales. That's really cool right there, man. Because if you want to play jazz, that is, not everybody wants to play jazz, but if you want to play jazz, that's kind of what the direction you want to go. That's jazz minor. Let's see. Oh, I'm doing D. That's why. There you go. That's like your jazz minor scale right there. Their jazz minor pattern. Then you do like jazz variations of that. It's like that's all jazz minor right there. That's D. I was thinking I was an A, and I kind of I want to hear, but yeah. So for D jazz minor, just Don Latarski covers all that, and then you got variations of that. That's when you start really when you're playing jazz. Get Pat Martino book, and it'll show you variations of those patterns that you can use. Like See what I'm doing there? It's all jazz minor. No, I just play. I just, yeah, I've been playing on and off since I was 6 years old, so I just play. Oh, thanks, man. I'm glad you like it, account. I've been playing for a long time, man. But yeah, you just there's different variations of the jazz minor mode that you learn, and you learn Phrygian mode and all these weird modes. You learn our altered mode. Like so the altered mode right here would be. So, can you get that eccentric sound? Yeah, so that's like the altered mode right there. That's it. Get that unusual kind of like a really unusual jazzy sound. A lot of jazz players use that mode, you know. And it's like you learn. John Latarski pretty much covers everything. If you want to get more advanced, you want to play at a more advanced level. Like if I'm doing this one, this D minor 7 flat 5 chord. That's a Phrygian mode right there. So Phrygian. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. You can do a lot of stuff with jazz, man. It's like it's just kind of like you gotta keep in your mind like modes here. How do I know that's a Phrygian mode for what I'm playing right there? Because if you go to I'm playing over the B, but a B melodic minor scale, so it's kind of like they call it super Phrygian is what they call it, because it means I'm using the melodic minor mode of it. So if I got this D minor 7 flat 5 chord, right, and then I played I'm playing B jazz minor. So 1, 2, 3. The third mode of B jazz minor is going to be super Phrygian. It's called super Phrygian. Now, if you want a regular Phrygian, that's got a weird sound too. Because right here, like this is the E7 chord right here, right? If I play over the C major scale, that's going to be straight Phrygian. Now watch this. And what I'll do is I'll make it a little bit minor to make it interesting. Yeah, the Phrygian mode's got an interesting sound too, man. So I learned all that, all that. Yeah, man. Thanks, man. Thanks, fine. Yeah, I learned all that from that Don Latarski book, and when I purchased that, it really helped. It made my playing went from this level to up here, man. When I bought that book, because it shows you, it takes you step by step through all the scales and modes, and then like went from like right here to up here, and then when I bought that Pat Martino book, it went zing. You just went through the roof, man. Because Pat Martino shows you straight up uh, how to play jazz. Uh, yeah. If you're gonna shred, when I shred, man, I'm shredding over scale patterns. I am, dude. Yeah. A shred is. Uh, some jazz players say they don't even learn scales and modes. They go by the chord structure. I don't understand that because I think a little bit I do, but I'm saying I think that scales and modes really explains it better than just because it gives you more of an expansion because it gives you the entire fingerboard. You don't have to search for those chord forms. You just know, you automatically know, the entire fingerboard when you know scales and modes, man. So I recommend learning scales and modes. I've heard some guitar players for whatever reason suggest that people don't learn scales and modes, that they go by chord structures, which I guess is okay if you learn that way. But I think scales and modes opens up more doors for a variety of more music. You know what I mean? So I would say learn scales and modes, but learn as many songs as you can too. Even if they're simple tunes, man, learn those tunes and start playing little solos over your tunes and just keep progressing and trying to learn more advanced stuff, and you can do it, man. It's just how it all depends on you, man. How much you want to do it. You know what I mean? If you want to do it, if you have the desire. No, I'm not left-handed. The video flips when I go live. For some reason, the video inverts and reverses it. I don't know why it does that. I was trying to figure out how to get that not to do that, but yeah, it does. It kind of reverses it. You just got a new guitar after a Terry decade full, and I'm inspired to learn more now. Ruben Kedge recommending. What kind of guitar did you get, Mirth? If you don't mind, what kind of guitar did you buy, man? Was it a Gibson or just a like Epi or something like that? Hey, man, thank you guys, thank you. So, Mirth, what kind of guitar did you buy? What's the name brand? Do you remember? Kind of interesting to find out that. Just flow over that. Just practicing flowing, you know. Yeah, Joe Pass was great too. Yeah, yeah, a lot of great guitar players. A lot of people are trying to learn. Lots of people trying to learn Donna Lee, man. Man, I forgot that part. Oh, okay. Yeah, I ain't played that in a while, all right. But yeah, that's a cool song, man. Donna Lee. Donna Lee's a good one to learn. What's it? That's it. Try that like right there. Yeah, so if you're learning the guitar patterns right there. Yeah, yeah, try that, man. See? It takes skill, man. So slow it's. Oh, yeah. Yeah, learn that one, man. Learn that one, dude. That's it. One more time, slow. Looks like you should be able to do that, right? That's it. Yeah, that takes a little bit of practice, man. I ain't done that in a while, man. That's actually a saxophone lick right there. So the saxophone play, a lot of players will practice like that. They'll practice little patterns like that, you know. Had to think about it, yeah. Try playing in a band, which I did once, man. Try playing in a band. They'll give you like 15-minute notice to learn a new song, and you have to do it. You're playing in front of people. And it'll be like you gotta learn a new song. 15 minutes. You go to a gig, you got 15 minutes to learn that song. That's not easy. I used to do that all the time, man. Yeah, that's when you know you're really getting good when you can do that stuff. You know. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Here's a easy jazz lick that I came up with. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to play power chords, all the power chord stuff. Yeah, yeah. nice. Leave the smoke on the water. Of course, jazz players always find different fingerings for stuff. Oh, jazz is it takes a lot of experimentation to get to where you can play jazz. I say I'll tell you something that will help you play jazz right away. The Pat Martino book. Get the volume one and start learning the licks in that book, man. And you'll be playing jazz before you know it, bro. Listen to Pat, listen to his runs and stuff, and try to mimic the way he makes the runs, and that'll be like regular jazz. A lot of people that I hear, they say they're playing jazz, but it's like bluegrass, really, like bluegrass jazz. And that's not the kind of jazz I play, man. The kind of jazz I play is like standard jazz, like Wes Montgomery, Pat Martino, Grant Green, which I have a style very similar to Grant Green. If you listen to him, man, Grant Green, you see what I'm saying. You see where I'm coming from. My style is very similar to what Grant did and stuff. Which he was a great player. So um, right now I'm working on learning giant steps, which I ain't gonna play any of it yet because I don't have it down yet. But when I get it down, man, I want to come on here and do giant steps, man. That's a good song, man. And I seen him ask Bruno if he could play it, and he said no. So I can't believe Jimmy Bruno said he couldn't play that song. That's a hard song, man. Giant Steps. So I wanna learn that one. The famous guitarist Jimmy Bruno said he couldn't play Giant Steps, man. That kind of blew my mind because I thought he would know that tune. That's a tough one, man. It really is. So I give him that. That is a tough tune. I was fooling around with a little bit. I think I can learn it. I was playing right along with the saxophone. I got a little bit of the solo. I kind of got an idea what he's doing and stuff, but I want to make sure it's good before I come on here doing it. You know what I mean? You never heard of Pat Martino? Oh my God, man! Pat Martino was like a jazz giant, man. He's one of the jazz legends, man. Pat Martino. He's a great guitar player. He was a great guitar player. Unfortunately, he's not with us anymore. But oh my God, man, Pat Martino, man. You can still buy his books though. Look for the Pat Martino Volume One and Volume Two if you want to learn how to play jazz, and it'll walk you right through it, man, on how to do it and stuff. And it's not easy. It's like anything else, man. It takes dedication to try to learn this stuff, man. It's not something that's just gonna you know. And I'll play jazz standards, which people kind of get tired of, but it helps me to keep my skills up. Like Falling in Love with Love was one I just got done playing just a minute ago. I play that a lot because it helps to build my skills. And Donna Lee, I'll screw around with that every once in a while, you know. All that old jazz stuff. Sometimes you'll hear me playing, Autumn Leaves or Sunny or or Just Friends by Sonny Sit or something like that, you know. And I do play that stuff, you know, bossa nova and all that. Blue bossa. I mean, sorry, blue bossa and yeah, all that jazz stuff. I used to know like hundreds of those jazz standards because I played in a jazz club for a while, and I was their main guitar player until they closed down. It was called the Grapevine. They were a jazz club, and they had me in there playing jazz for them because I was like the only one in the area that knew enough jazz to kind of keep them going, you know, because they needed jazz players in there. But the owner, I guess the owner passed away, and they sold the place and stuff. You know, that was a good club, man. It was called the Grapevine. It was in Calumet City, Illinois. I like punk rock. I I like it all, man. I like everything, man. You're talking to somebody who likes all the music, grunge, everything, man. You know what I mean? Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I had this since 1975. Um, in 1975, my mother bought it for me. I was 14 years old, and I said it don't have the same frets on it, same professional frets. I had to get a fret job because I wore four frets down, and the guy did a shitty job, man. He didn't put the professional frets back on it. He put the cheaper frets, you know. And then these pickups, these are old. This is sunk down into the guitar, so it needs repair, man. I got to get it refurbished. Once I get it refurbished, though, I'm saving up to do that. I'm gonna get the professional factory frets put back on it, and it'll be just like a brand new guitar. I don't want to sell it because my mother got it for me. So what I want to do is I want to get it refurbished and make it like it was brand new again. See, it is a Gibson though. You can see that's Gibson Les Paul Custom. It is a Gibson Les Paul Custom. You see that, right? Gibson might be backwards on there. I don't know if it is or not. Gibson Les Paul Custom. So it is a Gibson Les Paul Custom, but it's got the thinner frets because the guy that did the fret job on it, he did a piss poor job, man. I wanted the professional frets on there, but he didn't do that. He put these skinny ass frets, you know, like a epi or something. So it's got frets like an epi. It's a Les Paul with frets like an epi. What stupid ass that would do that, you know? That really hurt me, man, because I was thinking he would do a professional job for me, and he really disappointed me, man. But anyway, excuse me, I'm gonna send it into the shop in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and just have them do it. The Gibson company straight up do it. I ain't gonna fool nobody outside of the Gibson company ever again, man. I might be able to get it done for free. They might be able to trace the serial number because it's a legal guitar. It's legally mine. And if they could trace the serial number back to me, I think the Gibson Les Pauls have a lifetime warranty, so they might do it for free. I don't know. I'm going to call them and ask them about that. Hopefully, that would be nice, man. In 1975, this guitar is a 1975 model, so it's 50 years old. It's been around for a very long time. You know, I've had it for a very long time, so yeah, I've played the hell out of it. I've played everything you can think of. I have done before, you know. So it's not like I haven't done all these rock songs you're naming. It's just that I haven't done them in a while. But just like I played Johnny Be Good earlier, I had to think about that because I used to play that when I was in the Crossroads Blues band. We used to play that number, and we played it like you've seen my live version, which is a little different than what some people are doing, but I like it better. It's pretty cool. It's pretty close though. It's all pretty close. Everybody has their own kind of little bit of an interpretation of that song, but I did it the way I play it. Earlier. If you come back and you watch this video, which I'm gonna title this as the I don't know, Fridays. I'll put Friday's video on there, and that way you'll know, because today's Friday. I'll just put Friday's video on there. And Friday's live jam session. That's what I'll put. Friday's live jam session. And you just come back and watch this video and watch me playing Johnny Be Good. And that's the way I played it when I was with Crossroads Blues Band. The way I played it on there. It's pretty cool, man. Yeah. There's a lot of different styles of music, though. I play a little bit of everything. everything, you know. Yeah, that's called the Rumble Blues, man. So, for any guitar player, man, I recommend learn how to harness your improvisation skills, but also learn some stuff note for note, of course. But even when you learn stuff note for note, embellish it and try to add your own stuff in there at times, you know, because you might make it even better. I've had people say, "Well, that's even better than the original version." You know, where I would embellish it. I would play it just like the original version, but then I would embellish it and add my own stuff to it, and it'd be like, "Wow, that sounds pretty good." You know what I mean? So you can kind of put your own creativity into the song too. It doesn't always have to be exactly like the original artist when you're doing a cover. You know, I never got that. Some people will say you can't play it if the song's not exactly like the original artist. Even if you kick ass at your lead, you're doing great and it sounds great. They say, well, that's not exactly like the original artist. Well, I don't want to be exactly like the original artist all the time. You know what I mean? I want to be me, man. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, thank you very much, movie. I appreciate it, man. Hi, Elliot. How you doing? I appreciate y'all coming and checking me out, man. I have been playing for a very long time. You know, you forget things after a while, man. There's songs, there's a lot of stuff, man, that I used to play that I'd have to sit down. But I mean, it comes back to you, but you got to sit down, not live. You don't want to do it in front of people because it's gonna suck if you do it in front of people. But you got to sit down when you're by yourself and kind of go over these tunes and make sure you got them right. And after you get them right, then you do it in front of people. you know, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of, I mean, I could fiddle diddle around and do these songs and they'll come back to me and stuff. But then while I'm fiddle diddling, somebody will come on here, oh, you suck, you know. So I'm like, okay. So I just do that in private, you know, fiddle diddle until I figure out what I'm trying to play again. And then I come live and I play it. You know what I mean? So you know what I'm saying, bro. You guys know what I'm saying, man. Thanks. Yeah, every musician goes through that, man, where you got fiddle diddle to remember the stuff, and then you start playing it. If you play it every day, you don't have to do that, man. Like Stevie Ray Vaughan, he had a routine, and he had a practice routine, and he practiced his style every single day of his life, and he was great at it. You know what I mean? But that's what I liked about Stevie is that he came out with a playing style that nobody else was doing, and it was his own. And that's why he became so famous, man, because it was just kick ass what he did. What Stevie Ray Vaughan did was kick ass, man. That's just the only words you can think of to say about it, man. He was great, you know. But that's how you make it big, you know what I mean? Beck, same way. Jeff Beck, he had his own sound. You gotta have your own sound, man. All these guys, even in jazz, you got it. George Benson. When George Benson came along, he wasn't sounding like anybody else. Pat Martino. Pat Martino. If you go listen to Pat Martino and then listen to George Benson, and you'll say they don't sound anything alike, but they're both great. You know what I mean? Well, listen, if you really want to hear some kick-ass Pat Martino, listen to the Desperado. Uh, Listen to that Desperado CD. Oh man, go Google on YouTube. Listen to Desperados, the name of the album. Listen to that whole album, man. That's kick-ass, dude. Yeah, Martino, Peter Frampton. Frampton was great. John Mayer, yes, very great guitar players. I'm very much a Frampton fan. I'm a Mayer John. I'm sorry, Mayer. I was calling him Mayer, but it is John Mayer. But I'm very much a Peter Frampton fan. John Mayer, Joe Perry. You forgot Tony Iommi. You like him? Tony Iommi, the original guitar player for Black Sabbath. He was phenomenal, man. He had his own style, you know. He had his own sound. I loved his guitar playing, man, because he didn't sound like anybody else. Who did he sound like? Who really can sound like him now? Even, like Tony Iommi, man. He had a unique style. You might play his stuff note for note, but you're not going to sound just like what he did. He had a particular character in his playing that is just very difficult to copy. You know what I mean? So that's what I look for, man. Somebody's got a character in their playing that just like sounds like them. Like you turn on the radio and you hear the lead to Stairway to Heaven, automatically it's Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page had his own signature way of playing. Tony Iommi, Jeff Beck, John Mayer, Peter Frampton. Frampton Comes Alive album is kick ass, man. I love that. You know what I mean? Every guitar player sounds is almost like a finger. Exactly. Well, not ever. I've seen people that can copy really well, and I guess there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm not a copycat player myself, really. I mean, I can play some stuff note for note, but it's gonna sound different than the original artist. I don't want to sound exactly like the original artist. Right? I don't want to sound. You'll know the song. Even when I'm playing Pat Martino stuff, man. I've had people come along. Well, that sounds like Pat Martino, but a little bit different with your style. And I said, yeah, I'm playing his music, but it's my. You can tell it's me and not him. Because we have different styles. And that's the good thing about music, man. Everybody has their own niche that you find. You have to find your niche and stick with it. Don't let anybody discourage you, because you're not going to go out. You're not going to go into somebody else's style and beat them at their style. You know what I mean? You develop your own style, and then let them come into your style and try to you look at what you're doing and see if they can do what you're doing, and they're going to say no. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that. That's the thing, man. That's how these guys get rich is they come up with a unique style that just kicks ass and everybody's listening and say, hey, I never heard that before. Oh, never heard that before, but it's great. That's when you know it's going to sell, you know. I never heard that before. So, that Sessom guy that played, what was his name again? The Stray Cats guitar player. When he did that, Stray Cats, listen to that guy. He's great, man. You know what I mean? And you know, Tim Henson, when he came along with a style that nobody else was doing. Nobody else was playing like him. So, he got rich from it. You know what I mean? Some people get rich from that. That's how all the guitar players do it. David Gilmour from Pink Floyd. I love his guitar playing. It's not always complicated, but he had a signature style that just was just smooth and just only he could really sound like himself. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really sounded like him, or and of course Eddie Van Halen. But Eddie Van Halen played highly technical too, and he was fortunate enough to where he had both. He come up with a new style, and it was also highly technical. You know, pretty hard to do. You know, and I see people try to copy him, but nobody can really sound exactly like Eddie did. You know, that's because that was Eddie that came out with that playing style. You know what I mean? Or Stevie Ray Vaughan. I've seen a lot of people that play pretty good, and they can get his licks down pretty good, but they don't sound exactly like Stevie. Man, Stevie had his own thing he did. You know, all the great guitar players that made it big. That's pretty much what they did. They developed their own way of playing, and that's what I was trying to do with Beatnik Jazz, man. Just come along and say, hey, you know, I'm different. I can play other stuff, but I'm different, man. I'm trying to come into trying to bring back the Beatnik sound, man. That's what I was wanting to do, is bring back the Beatnik Jazz sound. You know, when I made it's just cool, and even like the phrasing I used in that song, "Cool Cat Daddy Old Chick Man," it's just cool, crazy, out of sight, all that stuff. They were using that lingo back when beatnik jazz was popular, and the cool thing to do was to repeat phrases, you know, over and over again. You know, so I was kind of trying to. Yeah, everybody has their own DNA, their own signature stamp, really, if they look for it. But some people are really good copycats, but they should look for their own style, though. You know, kind of maybe do that for a while, and if they're making money doing it, I can understand. But do it for a while, and then say, hey, this is what I sound like, and come up with their own style too. You know, so that would be cool, man. Yeah. And then some people go into teaching because they don't really have their own style. They're great copycat players, and they're awesome players, but they don't really have their own style. So they go into teaching. They decide not to try to make it big. They just go into teaching and make a lot of money teaching. You know, so which is cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can. Yeah, I used to play that song all the time. I used to play. Not. I did all the Bob Dylan stuff, man. I used to do Bob Dylan stuff all the time, man. Good Woman. I think some of you heard me play Good Woman on here. That's a good tune by Bob Dylan. And yeah, all the stuff. Yeah, I can do all that stuff. I used to do it all. I even used to play Van Halen stuff all the time, note for note, man. But I haven't done it in a while, you know. But I used to play it. You know, lately I've just been doing a lot of jazz. Been concentrating more on my jazz because really that's what I want to be known for. You know, as like changing the jazz movement and developing a new style in jazz, man. My beatnik, I call it modern beatnik jazz. That's what I'm trying to develop right now. Try to get that out there so people can listen to it. And you know, it's a different style. It's laid back, but it's really cool, man. It's really good music to chill to. You know, if you're just sitting back and you're just like enjoying the music and just let the music just flow through your body. You know, that's the kind of music I like. You know, to make. And you know, I also like, but I like at the by the same token, I like stuff like Metallica. Pantera was a great band. Dimebag Darrell, he had his own signature style. I love Dimebag Darrell. Dimebag Darrell was a phenomenal metal player, man. He found his niche and he was great at it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Dimebag Darrell from Pantera. Man, I love that group. That was probably my favorite metal band. Other than I liked Pantera first, and I think Metallica second. Man, some people like Metallica better. Some people liked Pantera better. But I was more of a Pantera fan. You know, I love Metallica. I am a big fan of theirs, but I was even a little more partial to Pantera. Man, I thought Pantera was phenomenal, man. And then Dimebag got killed, man, and that was heartbreaking, man. Because I wanted to go see him. I didn't get a chance to go see him, um, but I did love that band. You know, Cowboys from Hell and Russia. What? Oh man, that is cool, dude. You ever see Cowboys from Hell in Russia when Pantera's playing in Russia, and they're like just kicking major butt. Yeah, I did like them, man. The Cemetery song and all that. Yeah, man, I love them. That was a good band, man. It seems like you get the really great bands, and they die young, man. The really great musicians almost always die young, man. Jimi Hendrix, Dimebag Darrell, Kurt Cobain, Janis Joplin. You know, going way back, Janis Joplin. Yeah, all of the, Jimi Hendrix. Man, I think I say Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, Jimi Hendrix. All these guys, man, they come up with this new stuff and they're phenomenal. Stevie Ray Vaughan ain't with us no more. You know, all these great guys, man. Leonard Skinner. Leonard Skinner's good now. They're pretty good, but they were. It was nothing like when they had Ronnie Van Zant. Nobody can really sing like Ronnie Van Zant did, man. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, the Doors. Yeah, the Doors were great, man. Got my on the wheel. Let's roll, baby, roll. Yeah, I love the Doors. They were good, man. The Doors. You got you talk about that era. You got the Doors, Steppenwolf. Um, I loved all that stuff, man. The Animals. The Animals was a very good band. I seen the Animals back in the '80s. They like did a reunion concert. They were great. You know. I don't know if you know who the Animals are. They made House of the Rising Sun, but they were playing all kinds of music. And the keyboard player from the Animals, he was so phenomenal, man. That was a band for keyboards. The Animals, man. Yeah, the Animals made the House of the Rising Sun. They were pretty good. Yeah, L.A. Woman by the Doors. Yeah, yeah, L.A. Woman. Uh, yeah, good stuff, man. Riders on the Storm. Riders on the Storm. I'm a big fan of that song. I like Riders on the Storm. Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd was kick ass, dude. Oh yeah, man. Pink Floyd, man. But I knew Pink Floyd even before they became famous. I was listening to them, man. I remember all the early stuff I had albums by them, man. Adam Hart, Mother, Umaguma, and then they really started taking off when they come up with metal, and then when they did Dark Side of the Moon, that's when they really got famous. You know, Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Billy Strings, yeah, I like Billy Strings, man. Yeah, he's bluegrass. He's bluegrass. There's an example of a bluegrass player. He's great, man. Yeah. I'm a fan of Billy Strings. I like him. You know, I don't really play bluegrass. I'm a jazz player, but I love the music. I listen to it. Yeah, I like him. He's good. Yeah, you know, I like all that. Oh yeah, Pink Floyd. I did too, man. I when I was growing up, I had just about every Pink Floyd album that you could think of. I think I did have all of them. You know, brick. I even had Brick in the Wall and all that stuff, man. Pink Floyd, The Machine, uh, all that, man. Brick in the Wall was a kick-ass album, double album set. Remember that? The Brick in the Wall album. White out. It looked had white brick all over the album, and it had like all that art, crazy art on the inside and stuff. You know, you can open up the album and look at that crazy. You know, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Pink Floyd's, man. They were really good, man. Yeah, and they were getting sounds. Pink Floyd's got sounds. Yeah, Pink Floyd Money. Yeah, the Money's off their Dark Side of the Moon album, man. Yeah, that's a good tune. I like all that. Yeah, I like all their songs, man. Pink Floyd was really. Yeah, I like any color you choose. Time ticking away, the months and make up a day. All that, I love all that stuff Floyd came up with, man. They were a really good band, man. They were top notch. They're up there with the best. You know what I'm saying? There was Pink Floyd, Black Sabbath, Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin, Heart. Oh man, I was a huge Heart fan. Huge. And Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac. If you like, you mellow out and you want to listen, you just want to hear some fun music. It sounds great. That was Fleetwood Mac, man. They were so good, you know. So yeah, man, the '70s music, I love it, man. I'm still a fan of that music. No, I used to have, you know, I grew up in the '70s, man. I'm 64 years old. I grew up in the '70s, so I was a teenager in the '70s, and I listened to all that. Actually, I listened to Led Zeppelin. The first time I ever heard of Led Zeppelin, I was 8 years old, and I loved them. I loved them. It was 1969. They're 1968 or '69. It was their first album, and I loved them, man. You know, and I've been listening to rock all my life. You know, rock, and then and jazz and blues and everything else. And later on, I like some rap. I like funk. I like pretty much everything that's good. You know, that anybody does. You know, grunge, nowadays music. If it's good, I like it. You know, so it takes. I wasn't much of an '80s fan. I didn't much like '80s music that much. Some of it I did. Like the rock scene was pretty good. I mean, Ozzy, Blizzard of Oz, and Ozzy kind of saved the music in the '80s. He was great. but and then there was White Snake. They were good. Bands like that was good. Coverdale was good. He did some stuff with Jimmy Page too, and yeah, that was a fun time too. Yeah, I gotta let my dog out, but I gotta look for it. See if remember. See if remember this one. Hi, Andrea. How are you? Remember this one? No stairway. Yeah, I was wondering. That's the forbidden lick. Anyway, I gotta let my buddy out. He's gotta go out. You gotta go pee pee. Shh, hold on. He's got a poodle, man. So once he starts barking, he goes nuts, man. Stop, punk. There's some jazz licks for you. That's for my beatnik movement. I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get that going now. I could play rock all day. But who can do this? Sound jazzy, you know what I mean? I can either play rock. I got several different styles. I got my blues style. I got my rock style. I got my jazz style. Different ones, you know. would you say that's kind of like a jazzy rock sound right there that I got going there. So it's different, man. It's different. That's what I was looking for, to try to find different, to sound different. I don't want to sound like everybody else. Um, that's the goal, man. That looks pretty not that hard, but it's kind of like it got if it's got a saxophone player, it sounds better. See what I'm saying, man? It's kind of like, yeah, you got to have a saxophone player really to play that and really sound it good. But that's basically the idea, you know, and just soloing over it, you know, and then just like if you want it standard. Ooh. Anyway, uh, thanks for watching, man. My string's about to break. Is my string gonna break, dude? Ooh. Ooh. Well, I ain't gonna trust that. That's gonna break, dude. Anyway, I gotta get off here. I gotta let my dog out and stuff. But hey, guys, man, I appreciate you coming, man. Glad you could. Yeah, it does. Coryell. That's because I'm a fan of his too. Larry Coryell. Yeah, I know who he is. He's great. Yeah, Larry, and Schofield. Larry Coryell, John Schofield. I know all those guys, man. Larry Coryell, John Schofield, little John McLaughlin, but John's kind of has his own thing, man. Kind of hard act to follow, but yeah, I'm a huge fan of John McLaughlin. Yeah. Well, probably more Schofield and Coryell, if anything, Uh, yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's a compliment because I'm a fan of all those guys, man. Schofield, Coryell, McLaughlin, Larry Carlton, all those guys, man. Those are fabulous guitar players, man. Oh, my string ain't gonna break. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna let it stretch for a while and see what happens with it. I just put another string on here. I just broke a string. I put another one on there. I'm stressful on the guitar strings, man. I always break the bottom strings, man. I don't know why, man. Oh shoot, man. It's like going lower. What your eye, dude? See when it goes lower like that and you're tuning it, starts to going lower. That means it's about ready to break, man. So I'm gonna have to get a new string, man. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to get a new string. Plus, I gotta let my dog out. Shut up, buddy. I better let him out. He's a poodle. He's half poodle, so he won't shut up, man. Shh. Alright, friggin' went. I broke my string, man. I knew it was gonna go because usually, like, what it'll do is it'll start going lower, and then when you keep twisting it, it just breaks, man. So I broke the string. I broke my guitar string. Alright, guys. Well, I gotta get off here. I gotta let my dog out. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Peace.